Remember how I said my parents did favoritism between my brother and I? I remember then when I go to my parents to complain about something that my brother has done, how he hurt my feelings or whatever, instead of them to address it, you tell me, oh, Iwa, can't you ignore your brother? You are the older one. Can't you he's your younger brother, he's your baby brother. And this went on for a very long time, to the point where I started to have resentment towards my brother. And so I decided to take actions into my hands. I will beat my brother at every opportunity that I get, especially on Sundays, because Sundays were the days where my parents were active Catholics. My mom was a CWA member. In fact, she was a secretary. My dad was a charismatic member. So they were always not at home on Sundays, but we would all go to church to get together, but then they would ask us to go home after church. So we would go home. It will now be just my brother and I in the house. And if my brother as much as breathes heavy beside me, I will beat him. Because, of course, I know that if I report to my parents for anything that he has done, they will not do anything. So my parents will come back and, of course, beat me for beating my brother without asking what happened or anything like that. And it became almost like a routine. People who lived in my compound, I lived and grew up in Akiode, Ojodu. So people who lived in my compound will attest to this story. I used to beat my brother to a pulp, and it was so bad that if I do not see blood, I will not stop. So this went on for a while. My parents said I was possessed. They did not see any wrong in the way they were parenting us, but I was a problem. I was possessed, so they would constantly take me for deliverance and all of those things. Fast forward to when my father left Nigeria. I was 14 when my father left Nigeria for the US, and like I said, I was afraid of my dad, but I wasn't afraid of my mom. And everything they were trying to save me from was already happening to me inside the house. I was being molested inside the house. I was already exposed inside the house. So by the time my dad traveled, I went wacko. I went into the streets. Not technically, but I was outside. I now then had a boyfriend who now started to show me things, and I started to learn things. And considering that I was the child who they locked in, people barely saw me, they barely let me go out. In fact, my friends who would come to visit me only came to visit me when my parents are not around, because if they see my friends, everybody's running helter-skelter. So it was that kind of toxic household. Now, my father is getting reports. People are calling my father, oh, I'm seeing your daughter in this place. I'm seeing her here. I see her hang out with people that she shouldn't be hanging out with. My father is getting all these reports. He's calling my mom. He's asking what's happening. Why am I hearing that Chidera is in this place or Chidera is in that place? Me, I was just like, you know what? They don't spoil me. I might as well just, yeah. So my dad will call me on the phone instead of talking to me like his daughter, like talking to me in love. My father will shout. They will call me all manner of names. There's nothing my parents have not called. There's no name my parents have not called me. But anywho, me, I knew who I was. I knew that I was not what they thought I was. But I understood their perspective because they were seeing me in places I wasn't supposed to be seen and all of that. This is just me. This was a way of escaping my reality because I couldn't even tell anybody what was happening to me in my home. So I was dying in silence, but I was just trying to be everywhere, doing everything. I started smoking in GS3. That was about the time I started to smoke. I became the problem of the family. My name was on everybody's lips. Chidera, 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 Chidera. Me, I did not even try to explain myself. Only me knew what I was going through. My mom stopped caring for me. Matter of fact, I do not remember. I'm 32 this year. I do not remember when last my mom bought me anything as her child, even from my teenage year, after my father left. So I started to make money really early. I remember that from SS2, I started paying my school fees because from GS1, in fact, from primary school, I was chased home occasionally for not paying my school fees. When I entered into secondary school, the same thing happened. But sometimes when I'm chased from school, when I was in secondary school, I will not go home because of shame. Why am I going? When people see me walking into the streets with my uniform, everybody expects me to be in school. So I would hide. I would go to different places and be. Now, my mom stopped caring for me. I started making money. Then I remember SS2, I paid my fees. I started paying my siblings' school fees. By SS3, I bought my WAEC form. I paid my school fees and all of those things. And this was how my life started. By the time I finished secondary school, my WAEC was once, thanks be to God. I wanted to go to Unilag so bad. And I said, if it was not Unilag, I'm not going to any other school. I wrote JAM the first time. I didn't get up to the cutoff mark. Wrote JAM the second time. I didn't get up to the cutoff mark. I'm like, shit. I remember my father's younger brother even coming to my father's house. Listen, my uncle, of course, had heard reports about me and the life I was living. Nobody in my family called me to sit me down, to talk to me in love, to say, okay, what is happening with you? This is not you. This is not how you used to be. What is going on? Instead, everybody was just trying to kill me. Because tell me why my uncle will come to my house, my father's house. He came in from China. I can never forget this incident. He came in from China. I opened the door for him and I welcomed him. Uncle, welcome. I went back into my room. The next thing, he calls me to the living room. My mom was there. He stretched a gin to give to me. I stretched my hand out to collect the gin, and he looked at my nails and he said, "What is that on your nails?" My dad and his brothers claim that they don't like artificial things. They don't like nails. They don't like waist bead or leg chains and all of those things, but they do the worst fucking shit. I'm not going to go into details. But anywho, stretched my hand to collect the jeans, and my uncle is like, "What is this on your nails?" I said, "Uncle, it's my nails. I did French tips." And he's like, "Why? Why are you fixing nails at your age?" I finished secondary school. My mates don't enter university at this time. If not because, say, I won't go Unilag. And my papa no send me go private school, right? So I'm waiting for my choice, my school of choice. So he's asking me all of these questions. I'm like, "Uncle, I like nails. That's why I did it." And next thing he said, "I have to take it out." Mind you, I did these nails the previous day. I said, "Uncle, why? Why do I have to take my nails out?" He started yelling at me that why am I questioning? Am I questioning? He now ordered my Uncle Murphy, to get nail cutter. Uncle Murphy brought the nail cutter. My uncle asked me to stretch my hand out. I said, "I'm not stretching my hand out, Uncle. There's no reason why you want to cut my nails." The next thing, my uncle started to beat me. He beat me, forcefully cut out my nails, injured me. Even worse, broke a mopping stick bucket on my back. I still have the scar on my back. Broke a mopping stick bucket on my back. And my mom was right there. My mom was begging him though. My mom was telling him, "Please leave her alone. Ima, this girl, where you walk, she kept warning him. And he knew, because I got the temperament from them. They are all temperamental. And this man did not know that I knew a secret of his that one of my cousins told me, right? When I saw the way he was beating me and trying to literally kill me, there was blood in my eyes. He had broken mopping stick bucket on my back. I was bleeding on my back. Then I lost it.
As a parent, if you are seeing this, as a mother, as a father, as someone who is planning to have children, who plan to have kids tomorrow, please know how you handle your kids. Handle them equally. Don't start to do this one are my favorite, this one are my favorite. No, treat them fairly. Treat them the same equal. Treat them equally. Treat them the same with the same right. Stop to do this one not my person, this one not be my person. Because later in the future, that will not really cause problem among your children. Treat them equally. What you buy for A, buy them for B. What you buy for B, buy them for C. Now, so if they assist, if you are going to buy C something, or if you buy that, you share them. Understand? If you buy this one slipper, make sure you buy this one slipper. If you buy this one clothes, make sure you buy this one clothes. Now, so it's supposed they do. I know they do my favorite, because later on, if they grow up, some of them will develop hatred among themselves. Most of them will level hatred among themselves. To avoid all these things, make sure you treat them equally, and make sure the same thing you did to A, make sure you did that the same thing to B. If this one do something wrong, flog them. If this one do something wrong, flog them. No start to do justice. Person, my kid. No, do like that. No do like that. My people, no do like that. Don't forget to share the like, comment, drop your opinion on the comment section.